So Arsenal 0, Olympiacos 1, El Arabi again, 3 straight goals against Arsenal. I think that is the first time ever in our history, Kenny, that the same team has beaten us in 3 straight games at the European No, maybe Bayern Munich is. Yeah. Is it Bayern Munich? Maybe Bayern Munich. Maybe it's the second time. I think it's the first time a player has scored in 3 straight games against us in European competition, which is kind of mad. But yeah, unbelievable. What did you make of that performance? Because I was seething. There were so many bad performances out there tonight, man. And go on.
The thing about it is that you've got to realise, right, when you're 2-0 down, 2 goals down as Olympiacos were in the first leg, there was only one way they're going to do it. I knew how Olympiacos was going to play. Educated, measured pressure. First half, make sure you're difficult to beat. Make sure you're compact. Make sure you give Arsenal very few chances. First chance, Pepe, great pace. Can't get his shot away. Keep it close corner. Aubameyang, we'll get to him. Don't you worry about it. I will get to him. Misses a chance, put through by Ceballos. And then afterwards, second half, they came at us. And that's the best way to play in Europe. Don't go gung-ho, as English teams do. Play that way. And we fell into that kind of trap. And in the second, first, 10 minutes, they were easily the better chance because what they did is that they upped their tempo. And I keep on telling them, people like yourself, obviously you agree with me and everything, but I tell other people who consult me on Twitter and Instagram, Arsenal don't know how to play a slow tempo yet. Yeah. In terms of making themselves difficult to beat. Like I said, basically game management. They haven't got that in their locker. The only time of game management you can see is probably Xhaka, winning a foul, Partey winning a foul. But in terms of keeping the ball and slowing down the tempo, they're no good at that. So it's always imperative that moving forward for the foreseeable future, that Arsenal play at a high tempo always. Because if you don't play at high tempo, especially at the Emirates, we're going to get bodied. The only thing that saved us is that Olympiacos towards the end got tired.
The red card as well. The red card.
Red card finished them. But there were times like their final ball was poor, their passes were poor, and they were giving the ball away, especially players like the better players. Play was brilliant today. Socrates was brilliant today, but El Arabi, he didn't really get the service because players last third just giving the ball away. Bruma was giving the ball away for them. So was Contreras, or what I think I'm pronouncing his name wrong as well, and the Moldovan player as well.
You're normally very good with pronunciations, Kenny.
No. Yeah, but I've just been watching events in Zagreb, so I'm like, my head's wobbled. I don't know what's going on.
They're currently in the second minute of stoppage time. Zagreb are 3-0 up, so they're currently
my God.
playing embers of that game.
Oh my God. Well, I've got no complaints. Well, I assumed that we're playing them in the quarters or the semis, but it doesn't look that way. Oh, well, football's a funny old game, as Greaves said. Anyway, back to Arsenal.
Yes.
I have to call out a few players. In terms of Ceballos, started off very well, created a couple of chances. After that, he just struggled. He really has struggled. It's a shame to see it because, before he came to us, he was on the cusp of the Spanish national side, playing for Real Madrid. But this season, he's totally lost his confidence.
He's been shocking. His performance tonight, I thought he was the worst player on the pitch by far. I say by far. I think our club captain, who we're going to come to,
we'll do him later.
I thought he was equally as bad. But Dani Ceballos gave the ball away for what then led to their first or their only goal, the winning goal. And it was like he seemed to keep tripping over the ball tonight. I don't know what he was trying to do. There were so many breakaways that he was in possession of. And all you've got to do is just ping it out. And he kept holding on to the ball and then just tripping over them, falling over. And if you want to go up to this top level of Real Madrid like he wants to and the Spanish national team, he has to do a lot better than that. Yeah, shocking performance tonight.
Yeah, but it wasn't just him. I think Mohamed El Neni struggled because, again, our tempo wasn't high. He's used to us being on the front foot so he can go on the press. He's able to, do the defensive duty, do running and cover people's spaces. He struggled, and it wasn't a surprise that him and Ceballos were taken off. And then when we brought on Odegaard and we Odegaard in the side and we brought on Partey, we got a little bit more control of the game. But then again, Partey towards the end, he was giving the ball away as well and put us under pressure. But the only thing that got Partey out of trouble was that they were tired as well. But we were talking about our skipper. If anyone watched the highlights of Aubameyang's performance, they're going to think, well, this guy's had a good game. He's had a chance where he's put the ball wide. Keeper's made a save for a flick on, and he's volleyed the chance over the bar. He had the chance in the first half. But that, please do not get fooled by that. That was one of the worst performances this season. And the thing about that is that it's not unique for Aubameyang, because that is another catalogue of poor performances from this guy. You know, it had nothing to do with the situation on Sunday where he was late and he was left out. Nothing to do with that. It's just another catalogue of his poor play and another, epitome of the fact that we need a top centre forward who can play in that position, who can play with their back the ball, goal, play down the channels. It's got to, take their chances. Who's ruthless. I'm not saying Oba can't play in the team. He'd probably put better on the left. But as a centre forward, he's awful, especially when he's waiting for service that hasn't come today. I have to say,
I was very angry with Aubameyang tonight, because I thought, especially after what happened at the weekend, you turn up late and do the ultimate sin. Really, you've turned up late on Derby Day. I'm sorry, you're the captain, mate. That in itself is just. He's lucky he even made the bench for that game, because if that was me, he wouldn't have been in the squad. I wouldn't have even played it tonight. Yeah, that would have been your ban for a month and a month's wages. Yeah, the fact he got picked tonight, I wanted to see a response from him tonight, and I wanted to see him go out there and be the best player on the pitch. He was one of the worst players on the pitch tonight.
100% agree with you. And again, a lot of it is down to him, because he's an individual. He's the leader of the side. He's meant to be the person who sets the tempo. It G's players up. Come on. He's meant to be the manager on the field, not just think, oh yeah, David Luiz, he's got more caps than me. He played for Brazil. He should be able to take the scruff of the team and show leadership. He shouldn't just say, oh, I'm going to show leadership in performances, because your performances are very poor, Oba. And that's just a epitome of the whole situation. You've got to feel for Lacazette. He's since the turn of the year, or since the Boxing Day, the Chelsea game, he's been playing very well. But he's been left out because we tried to shoehorn Odegaard on the side in order to give Oba more service, and we played Saka down the right hand side, Smith Rowe running off him, and we played our wingers and Coutinho especially to give him chances. But Aubameyang's looking at it, thinking, hang on here, this ain't right, man. He's not playing well. I haven't done anything wrong. I've turned up. Yes, I'm probably a bit guilty with missing your chance here and there, but I worked my nuts off. in the North London derby. I was working my nuts off before the Southampton game, and you've dropped me for this guy. Yes, he scores goals, but I'm playing well. I should be in his team. I'll be kicking Mikel's door down and saying, what the hell is going on? Because this ain't right. This is favouritism. Yes, you give him a new contract. Yes, he's your captain. But if you're going to play with a level playing field, performance like that, it's not good enough. And I'm telling you now, moving forwards, we play that against better teams in Europe, we're going to get bullied. West Ham is going to be the same situation. We can't go on like this. Play from now on then, play a high tempo all the time. You're not good enough to play like a slow tempo game management. Play to your bloody strengths, and then at the end of the season, we'll get players in midfield who can have the Janussequa, who can also create, but also manage the game out. We haven't got that sort of play, so play to your bloody strengths.